What gives you hope when you're feeling low? Chapter 7. Recognizing the Signs of Emotional Suppression. One of the most insidious aspects of emotional suppression is that it often occurs without the person being fully aware of it. Over time, men may suppress their feelings so effectively that they become disconnected from their emotions entirely. The symptoms of emotional suppression can be subtle at first, but if left unchecked, they can escalate into more significant mental and physical health problems. This chapter aims to help men recognize the signs of emotional suppression, encouraging greater self-awareness and empowering them to address their emotional health before it's too late. 1. Emotional numbness. One of the most common and telling signs of emotional suppression is emotional numbness. Men who suppress their feelings often feel numb or disconnected from their emotions, unable to fully experience joy, sadness, or any other emotion. This numbness can be a defense mechanism, the mind's way of protecting itself from overwhelming feelings, but over time it can leave men feeling emotionally flat or disconnected from themselves. The numbness often manifests as a lack of emotional response to situations that would normally provoke a reaction. For example, a man may not feel sadness at the loss of a loved one or may struggle to feel joy in moments of celebration. This detachment can be alarming to men, especially when they notice they're no longer experiencing emotions as they once did. They may begin to feel as though they've shut down emotionally, which can create a sense of isolation and disconnection from others. If you find yourself going through the motions of life without really feeling anything, it could be a sign that you've suppressed your emotions to the point of emotional numbness. 2. Irritability and outbursts of anger. While emotional numbness can make men feel detached, emotional suppression often manifests in the form of heightened irritability or anger. When emotions are suppressed, they don't simply vanish, they accumulate and build up over time. This emotional backlog often finds its release in sudden outbursts of anger, frustration, or irritability. Men who suppress their feelings may feel like they're walking around with a constant underlying tension. Minor annoyances or stresses that would normally be manageable can feel overwhelming, leading to disproportionate reactions. Anger becomes a way to release pent-up emotions that have been stifled for too long. These outbursts of anger may be directed at loved ones, coworkers, or even strangers, and they can create unnecessary tension in relationships. If you find that you are frequently snapping at people or feeling unusually irritable over small things, it could be a sign that you've been suppressing your emotions and haven't been giving yourself the space to process them. 3. Difficulty connecting with others. Another key sign of emotional suppression is the difficulty in forming or maintaining close, meaningful relationships. Men who suppress their emotions often struggle with intimacy because they are unable to open up or be vulnerable. They may distance themselves from loved ones, fearing judgment or rejection if they reveal their true feelings. This emotional distance can be particularly noticeable in romantic relationships. Men who suppress their emotions may find it difficult to express love, affection, or appreciation for their partner. They might also withdraw when their partner expresses vulnerability, unable or unwilling to offer the same in return. This lack of emotional connection can lead to feelings of loneliness and isolation even when surrounded by people. The inability to connect on a deeper emotional level can cause relationship problems and prevent men from experiencing the emotional intimacy that is essential for healthy bonds. If you notice that you're having trouble connecting with your partner, family, or friends, or if you feel emotionally isolated even in the presence of others, it could be an indication of emotional suppression at play. 4. Chronic stress and anxiety. Another sign that emotions are being suppressed is the presence of chronic stress and anxiety. When emotions are not allowed to be expressed, they build up and manifest in the body as stress. Over time, this stress can turn into chronic anxiety as the mind becomes overwhelmed by unresolved emotions. Men who suppress their emotions may constantly feel on edge, unable to relax or let their guard down. This heightened state of stress can lead to symptoms like a racing heart, shallow breathing, trouble sleeping, and a general sense of restlessness. The constant state of alertness, which is often caused by repressed feelings, can take a significant toll on both mental and physical health. If you find yourself feeling constantly anxious, unable to calm down, or suffering from physical symptoms of stress, such as headaches, muscle tension, or digestive problems, it might be a sign that emotional suppression is contributing to your anxiety. Recognizing this connection is the first step in breaking the cycle. 5. Feeling like you're just going through the motions. Men who suppress their emotions often feel as though they are merely going through the motions of life rather than truly living. This feeling of being on autopilot, of just performing daily tasks without any real sense of fulfillment or excitement, is common among those who suppress their emotions. The lack of emotional engagement can lead to a sense of disconnection from one's goals, passions, and purpose in life. Men may begin to feel as though they are stuck in a routine without the motivation to pursue things they once cared about. This sense of stagnation can deepen feelings of frustration and dissatisfaction, leading to a downward spiral of disengagement and emotional detachment. If you find that you are simply going through the motions without any real enthusiasm or sense of purpose, it could be a sign that you have disconnected from your emotions and are no longer fully engaging with life. 6. Physical symptoms of emotional suppression. Emotional suppression not only affects the mind but also takes a physical toll on the body. Over time, repressed emotions can manifest as physical ailments as the body responds to the internal stress created by unprocessed feelings. Chronic pain, headaches, digestive problems, and muscle tension are common physical symptoms of emotional suppression. For instance, men who regularly suppress their emotions may experience persistent headaches or tension in their neck and shoulders. This tension is often a result of holding onto stress and unresolved emotions that are never expressed. Similarly, emotional suppression has been linked to digestive issues such as stomach aches or gastrointestinal problems as the body attempts to process emotional stress physically. If you notice a pattern of unexplained physical symptoms that coincide with emotional stress, it's important to consider the possibility that emotional suppression may be contributing to your discomfort. 7. Low self-esteem and self-doubt. Men who suppress their emotions may also experience a decline in self-esteem and confidence. Constantly hiding one's true feelings can lead to feelings of shame or inadequacy. Over time, men may begin to doubt their own worth or feel unworthy of love, respect, or success. This negative self-image often stems from the belief that their emotions are a burden or that expressing them would lead to rejection. As a result, suppressed emotions can lead to a diminished sense of self-worth, creating a cycle of self-doubt and insecurity. If you notice that your self-esteem is lower than it used to be, or if you find yourself constantly second-guessing your abilities or worth, emotional suppression could be playing a role in how you view yourself. Conclusion: the power of self-awareness. Recognizing the signs of emotional suppression is the first step toward breaking free from its grip. Men who become more self-aware can begin to acknowledge the emotions they have been avoiding and take the necessary steps to process and express them in healthy ways. Whether through self-reflection, therapy, or opening up to trusted individuals, men can learn to reconnect with their emotions and cultivate a deeper sense of emotional well-being. In the next chapter, we will explore practical strategies for overcoming emotional suppression, focusing on techniques for processing emotions and building healthier emotional habits.